Hey, Andrew, do you have Tennis Channel on your Hulu account? You what? Do you know if you have Tennis Channel? Because if someone brings in a laptop tomorrow, we can put the men's semis on, like later in the day. I run my YouTube TV, but it makes you get a certain app on there to be able to run it, and I can't put it on the view board. Actually, no, that would work because we can just log into my YouTube TV account on your computer or on somebody's computer. So if somebody wants to bring a laptop, we could do that. Djokovic won yesterday, right? Yeah. Be a good fun Friday. Hey, look at that. It's Ethan and Cammie. What do you know? All these people sitting here in school, wasting all their time, going to sleep. You two are just sitting home doing your work. Mr. Page. There's other Ethan coming in. I did just update participation. That probably doesn't matter to you guys. You probably already had 100. You guys all know the quarter ends next week, right? You guys have Friday off. So a lot of your classes, you'll probably have kind of big grades wrapping up. Not really exams per se, but you know, some big grades coming in. You need to make sure that you're wrapping up stuff, making up anything you're allowed to make up and all that stuff, including for me. Biggest thing of which, of course, is the personal narrative, right? That final draft is due tonight. Guys, just talking about how the personal narrative final draft is due tonight. Now, if any of you guys have not finished your outlines, and I'm not going to get into that right here, then of course that needs to happen first because you got to plan it out first. If you just communicate with me about it, I can probably be a little bit flexible, but otherwise that personal narrative final draft needs to be due tonight. Okay, I'm going to wait another minute or two here. We've had a couple other people that have been coming. Let's see, Logan is here. Let's see if Issa shows up. There's Logan. One more minute. Okay. Mostly just reminders today, but I got something kind of new we got to deal with, a test. So grammar lesson 6, that was due last night. That's been checked. If it gets turned in late as usual, let me know. Expand my screen a little bit here. Okay, vocab. So the test on lessons 1 through 3 will be posted today. It just went up like 5 minutes ago. Okay, so you need to finish it either tonight or sometime during the school day tomorrow. Even by Friday night is fine. I would suggest, maybe kind of preparing for it a little bit today, maybe take it tomorrow morning or something like that. It's up to you, but listen really closely, okay, and read really closely. This is a low pressure way to test. Pay attention to the directions in the assignment and you'll be able to achieve full credit by trying and completing it on time. So let's look at that assignment there. So posted here is your vocab test for lessons 1 through 3. Complete this by the end of the day today or Friday at the latest. Like I said, since this will only be graded for punctuality and completion, please do it honestly. There's no reason to have your notes out. Just test yourself, see what you know, okay? Because as long as you do it on time and you submit it, then you get your full credit. So what it's gonna be is you're gonna get 20 points for doing that either today or tomorrow and turning it on time, okay? Like all the vocab lessons and the grammar lessons, you can do it. You can digitally alter the PDF. You can print it out and write on it, take a picture of it, or you can make your own Google Doc and put your answers there. I don't care as long as I can look at it and see that you've done it. Okay. And then you don't need to worry about this yet, but next week I'll post a key, like an answer key, and then you'll self-correct your test after I return it to you. And you'll turn in again, showing that you've made the corrections. So that way you kind of finish learning the words. And that gets you the other 20 points. You got to do each of those steps on time to get the full credit, 20 out of 20, or else I think I'll probably do like a 10% off per day if you're late on those steps. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many you miss, as long as you do it on time and you correct it on time, then you get your credit. So all we need to worry about right now, we can talk about this again tomorrow, all we need to worry about now is getting that vocab test done today or tomorrow. Okay, does that make sense? So it's nothing that you need to feel like you need, there's no reason to do this dishonestly. Okay, I still want you to learn. It's a weird circumstance, so this is how I'm doing it. Anybody have questions about that? Okay, no big deal, right? All right, let's go back to the agenda. Time. Okay, writing, big deal here. Personal narrative, final draft is due tonight. I don't think everybody's in here when I started talking about this before. This is a huge grade, okay? You need to do a good job, get all 5 paragraphs done, fulfill all those requirements in the rubric, and turn it in tonight. So if you're not already working on that, then do it. Let's see if anybody's turned that in yet. 7 people have turned it in. Look at that. That's cool. Was that any of you guys? Okay. Been enjoying what you guys are putting together. I look forward to the final products, and please trust that I will keep all personal matters and them confidential. Of course, I'm not going to talk to people at lunch about it, tell anybody else about it, show it to anybody else. These are, personal and sometimes painful things, right? Let's take one last look at that assignment. We got this rubric here, right? Things that you need to make sure and do. Want an introduction that has some kind of broad opening device, and then a thesis which focuses on you, right? Not just on the pandemic in general. Body paragraphs that build up to the event, another body paragraph that actually describes the event, and then one that kind of shows your emotional reaction to the experience. Those are your 3 body paragraphs, just like you did in the outline. Conclusion restates the thesis and then reflects after time has passed. Now I look back at it differently, right? Grammar, let's try for complete sentences, proper punctuation and capitalization, especially on dialogue, if you use some dialogue in there. I'm asking you to try to use some dialogue or figurative language if you're good at creative comparisons. We haven't really studied that, but that's, it's okay. One or the other, some. Format, let's take a look at that model one more time. Okay, it should look like this. And you can, I can't hand these out, okay, because these are kind of personal, but you can always go back and look at the recording I'm making of this class that I'll post in the comments if you want to look at this again. But notice it's double spaced, it's Times New Roman 12 point, no novelty fonts or anything. There's no extra space between the end of a paragraph and the beginning of another one. There's just a nice simple tab, okay? Nice and neat, no nonsense. Let the words speak for themselves. Transitions. Use appropriate transitions at the beginning, especially of the body paragraphs and within body paragraphs. You got a handout on that too, back on the outline assignment. Okay, so also, nevertheless, however, next, later, things like that kind of weave your sentences together. So they're not all starting with I. Okay. And then finally, let's see if we can get out of this rubric here. All for Love unit, Romeo and Juliet, Act 3 study guides. Not due till Sunday night. Okay, so let's just not forget about that. Okay, if you haven't started it, it is pretty long. Okay, so if you've already finished your personal narrative, definitely work on that. If not, get that narrative done, but then don't forget to be working on that. Probably do a short session tomorrow, so I can leave you guys to do that. Okay, you guys all good? Any questions about any of that? Okay, get to it. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy almost Friday.